It is pound for pound rankings time coming out of UFC 322. Let's take a look at the updated rankings, shall we? So first of all, Jack Della Maddalena drops out of the pound for pound rankings after his title loss against Ilia Makhachev. I think that JDM is a very solid fighter and a very talented one, but he didn't really have the resume to get into the top 10 anyway. He was kind of here because he was the champion, and 10 spots, there you should have the champions represented, at least most of them. And so I put him in. I don't think you can now, coming off of that loss. He just doesn't have the resume to crack the top 10. In at number 10, Magomed Ankalaev. Yes, losing to Pereira after a big victory against him, but he still has that win over him at a time where Pereira was one of the pound-for-pound greats. So you have to keep Ankalaev in there for a bit. At number 9, I have Max Holloway checking in. He comes in for JDM. Holloway perpetually toward the top of this and always in the top 10 pound for pound. Coming off of that win over Dustin Poirier, it gets him back into these conversations. The reason he's not higher is because of our number 8 fighter, Alex Volkanovski, who has had a couple of banana peels along the way, but is still one of the great fighters of all time. Getting that championship back at 145 pounds puts him at number 8. At 7, it is Pantoja, who is just dominant over everyone in his weight class. Would love to see, and could be seeing soon, a difficult challenge for him, but so far, he's beaten everyone that's been put in front of him. At 6, it is Pereira, the 205-pound champion. I think the world of the talent of this guy. A loss against Ankalaev kind of bumps him out of that elite level, but still, I think he should get a run at heavyweight. I think he should get a run at the heavyweight belt. And I'm a little disappointed he hasn't to this point, but we could be seeing a whole lot of fun from this guy soon in the resume. 2-division champion, elite level striker. He deserves to be up here. At 5, it's Tom Aspinall. A dud of a championship fight at UFC 321 with the eye injury situation, but can't take anything away from this guy. He has been knocking out the best of the best at heavyweight. Now the undisputed heavyweight champion, he comes in at 5. At 4, Khamzat Chimaev, just a dominant figure at 185 pounds, now with the championship. And so honestly, he probably should have been up here a while ago, but he's here now for a couple of editions of the pound for pound rankings and is probably going to stick around for a while. At 3, it is Merab Dvalishvili. I slept on this guy for a while. The talent, the pace, the cardio, the everything that he can put together, I think he is deserving of being a top 3 fighter in the pound for pound rankings. At 2, there is almost no other era where the resume that Ilia Topuria has put together would have him as the number 2 fighter. When you think about the fighters he has defeated and the dominance that he has shown in now 2 different weight classes, there aren't many times where someone who has that kind of a resume ends up at number 2 in the pound for pound rankings, but he has to, because the new number 1, once again, is Islam Makhachev, who has an elite level resume, beat Alex Volkanovski when they were 1 and 2 in the pound for pound rankings, and now a 2-division champion. You have to give him this number 1 spot. And I think if you did one of the classic tropes that people talk about with pound for pound rankings and you made everyone the same weight, I think it's Makhachev and Chimaev who are suplexing guys all over the place and winning those fights. I think Makhachev is that good, and that's why he is number 1 on the pound for pound rankings for me on the men's side in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.